Hello, we're here at the farm to explore 3 of its brilliant, beautiful quirks. We want to tell everyone what the 3 quirkiest things are about the farm.
Play.
Number 1.
Play.
Mum. And let's be honest, they're Mum's quirks more than the farm's quirks. The farm has nothing really to do with it other than being the vessel for those quirks.
Go on, surprise me. Quirky.
Yeah, well,
Carpets. Carpets.
Carpets?
Carpets is, you know, size of barns or... What else is quirky?
Hundreds. Old carpets. Okay, so quirk number 1, never throw anything away. Bathtubs, but Mum will probably call that a water trough. Pallet. No, pallet, singular, there's thousands of the things. Various assortments of water storage. Mum absolutely loves keeping these. Buckets. The issue generally with this quirk is that I don't blame her at all. But visually it looks crazy. Half a tree. Bubble wrap. What is that doing in here? Oh, it's brilliant. I suppose it's insulation, isn't it, bubble wrap? Yeah. Hundreds. Oh yeah, there's a real smell in this shed. Always has been. Not a bad smell. Eclectic arrangement of tools. Isn't that like a takeaway pot? I mean, it's all got a place in here. Not sure what that's doing here. Mum might hate me for this part of the video. What's incredible about this, and I think a lot of farms, nothing's thrown here. And the reason for that is it all has a use. Mum uses the old buckets, plastic buckets, to put feed in for the sheep when they're lambing. She keeps all of these things, all this ironmongery, and I mean, let's be honest, I can't defend that one. But what you can defend is everything really has got a use. And the reason it's kept is because one day it might be needed. I think that's a hoarder's mentality. But on a farm, you're blessed with space and it really pays to be able to fix it yourself. And I think that's a really positive thing, actually. Leading me on to why I'm carrying this is because this is another one. These are throwaway items. This is a feed bag. Mum gets feed and she buys it and it comes in a bag like this. But when she's finished and empties the bag, she doesn't chuck it away, she keeps it. Put more feed in to mix up different feeds. To carry stuff, put straw in, put hay in. It's amazing, really. This is another container, by the way, far better organised. Still lots of bags. I've asked Mum to come over to go through it with us. So this is where collected items come into good use. For example, old pots. These are handy. You get sort of plastic scoops these days, but why do you need to buy a plastic scoop when you've got an old cake tin from 1936? Are you there, Mum?
Yeah.
Welcome to Mum's container.
The cavern.
The cavern. Do you say the tavern or the
Cavern?
What's a cavern?
Look it up. This is, yes, quirky thing.
The feed part of your agricultural
Enterprise.
operation, your enterprise, is unusual.
Why?
Why? Good question. Let's pose that to the viewers. When we went to Buck Show that time and stuff, you see people and they sell feed like this, which is all pre-mixed, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's all pre-done and all and then people like me come along and then make it go a bit further. Am I meant to do it? No, because it's a complete feed. And basically it is mostly this, but just a few added bits because it's
I see.
super expensive.
Yeah, very expensive for all the food.
Yeah, it's an absolute
So how
arm and a leg.
How much is this bag, one of these?
Oh dear, every time I have this ration, about 400, 500 quid.
Right. This is like £10 a bag.
10 quid a bag. So every time I open it, it's like, yeah. So these are a few of the rolled oats that we...
So you buy this from a local farm, don't you?
I bought some oats and I'm hoping to get some more oats because they're really good for young cattle and very good for the ewes, our girls, when we start feeding them. That is what I'm feeding.
Don't drop any, will you?
No, the pigs.
A little pan of that.
That's mineral.
Quite smells like...
Cod liver oil. My cows have it, my young stock, everything has loads of minerals.
Talk me through this
Minerals
old cake.
maketh man.
Talk me through this old cake tin, Mum.
Because I've got a really good handle.
Well, it's not
Because
a
it's,
handle.
look, I have it like that. Yeah, it's a very good old cake tin. It's had issues. It's been in the fire as well. You can see it's blackened. This is the sheep food. It smells like black treacle. It's as though you could literally just put some milk with this. It's super expensive.
Granola.
It is really nice. So look at the flake peas, the flake maize. There's a bit of sugar beet in there, linseed nuts, and this nut and that nut and the other nut. It's really good food.
Are you sponsored by them?
I got a hat for Christmas.
Is that all you got?
Actually, I got two. I give this to the cows. It's sugar beet, so it's very high in energy. It's really, really good for milking cows. So I've got my cows and calves in there, so they always have a bit of sugar beet. But what we want to do on this farm in the next few years, I'm going to have less beef stock. But the beef stock I do have is going to be hopefully grass-fed and just have silage. So we're not using as much cereal. But to do that, we have to improve our pastures.
So would you consider this way of doing food quirky?
What, mixing it a bit in? And no, I think most farmers do it.
Right.
Well, quite a few. But a lot of people mix their own in one of those big Keenan feeders where they do the complete, they put the straw in, the silage,
Right.
and then they put a bit of this and a bit of that. I don't have one of those big mixer chopper things, but I have my buckets and I just do my own little thing.
Buckets. Keyword.
Buckets, yeah. Yeah.
You
So
do
that's
have
it.
a lot of buckets, Mum.
I love buckets. They are a big part of my life, as is string and pallets. Yeah?
Would that be considered quirky?
What, pallets? Oh, buckets.
Buckets.
Lots of girls my age and men always go around with a bucket in their hand, and when they're, you get old, you just tend to have more buckets. Yeah? Like when I go to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those buckets.
I just don't like waste, and I just like using up everything. That's why I love the pigs as well, because everything, and the chickens, nout is wasted.
Yeah.
Nout.
Or thrown away.
Or thrown away. Which is what we, in this country, have got to learn not to do so much of. Waste food. Yes.
Yes. Okay, Mum, you got to give us one quirky thing about the farm then.
Oh dear, that's quite... I don't know why.
I suppose it's all very normal to you.
It's sort of normal to me.
All your friends and the farmers that you know, they all do something similar, which is the reason you do it. Then there's other people on YouTube and people in America and
oh my goodness, yeah.
Australia.
Yeah,
There's
how they feed and
how you feed.
Oh my God,
yeah, it's really funny, isn't it?
It's crazy.
So
it's
it
really
could all be
interesting.
quirky to them.
Yeah.
Your accent's quirky.
Oh my goodness, yeah, probably.
Should we go see the fences then? Show you what we mean by that. Don't really know how we're going to show you that other than just various clips of the fences. Let's try it. In the words of Josh, look at this fence, mate. It's beautiful. And obviously Gracie in the background. Who could ignore her? We've hit the jackpot of describing this to you in just one scene. Electric fence post, a wire reel, bicycle rack, and then an old ladder. That is fantastic. Looks absolutely mad, and it is in many ways, but I have no doubt about its effectiveness. It closes beautifully. Then over here, one of the brilliant parts about Mum and how she manages the land is she loves a lot of the old-fashioned things, and I love that as well. This is hedge laying. That's not how a lot of the hedges are on the farm. It's how Mum wants all the hedges, but it takes a lot of time. And the purpose of doing the laying is it stops a lot of the gaps at the bottom of the hedge. because a lot of the hedges get bushy at the top and then it's narrow at the bottom, whereas you want to lay it down so the wood grows that way so that it provides a good barrier for the wind for the animals, shade for the animals in the summer, but also to stop them getting in a field that they're not supposed to be in, essentially, which is what all fences are for, and undoubtedly what Mum's mix of pallets, hedge laying, normal hedges, random gates, all does the same job, which is stop animals getting into a field they're not supposed to be in. Mum?
Yeah?
Can you explain yourself on this bike rack ladder fence situation?
Well, it's dual purpose. You've
dual
got
purpose.
the most amazing fence, and then you can park your bike in there.
It's lovely, yeah. You can bike to work, I suppose. I mean, Mum's a clear winner at 4th. That's the bonus quirk. Number 4 is Mum. She's well quirky, and that's why the whole farm's pretty quirky. The closing message is you start to find so many quirks and you start to love them all. They've made us laugh. It's been a really fun time going through them. If you enjoyed this video, then let us know, because I think there's at least 15 more that we could find. Thanks for being with us, and see you again soon.
Collective sigh.